Superwoman Super Chef Cookery Show by UDS Hotels and Purple Club. Our special guests on the show are Miss Boni from Nasik, the third time she's coming into the show, and Miss Anu from Tirupur, again on the third time to the show. A great combination of talented women. Welcome to the show to Boni ji and Anu.
Thank you so much,
Raja.
Boni ji, what are you going to do today?
Today I'm going to bake. There's no cooking today involved, but there's going to be some amount of baking, and I'm going to bake a very famous Belgian dish called as the Belgian Biscoff. It's a biscuit that is flavored with spices, with some dry ginger, which I think is perfect for the festive season.
Okay, fine. And why you think that you chosen that?
I chose Biscoff because Biscoff happens to be the new flavor amongst the bakers. When you go through Instagram, there's a lot of home bakers and professional bakers who have tried to include Biscoff in their puddings, their cakes, and even icings as well. So I thought, why not make Biscoff at home and make it, easier for the home bakers, and it is also equally pocket friendly, because the original Lotus brand of the Biscoff is like really expensive when you buy it from Amazon or from any other place. So I thought, let's make it pocket friendly, so that even average bakers like me at home can bake it and enjoy the flavor with your family.
Being in Nasik, I'm sure Diwali is definitely a very big celebration in Nasik. Of course, the north part of India. I will say west. Nasik is in the west. So you have any plans to celebrate Diwali?
We are yes, we do celebrate all festivals, right from Eid to Christmas to Easter and to Diwali, because we come from a community, where we have a lot of friends from the various religions. So yes, we look forward to Diwali, and we are having a few guests over. A few friends are coming over to celebrate Diwali with us. So we are amidst the cleanship of the house and putting up diyas and lights and all those things. It's an amazing festival to look forward to.
So are you going to make something special for the guests, or you are going to buy?
Yes, it's going. No, we'll be making. We are planning barbecue at home. So wow. Yes, and the weather in Nasik also it is really beautiful. It's right now about 16 degrees. It's cold. So we're all looking forward to huddle up outside our garden with some wonderful barbecue.
Fantastic. Anu, what are you going to do today?
Sir, we are going to make puri laddu, which was learned from my grandma. It is one of the easiest recipe to make for every celebration, and overjoyed to share the recipe.
So you say that still we can use this for the Diwali?
Yes, sir, of course.
Why you think? Why like that? Why not something else? Why you thought of that particular puri laddu?
Sir, I am going to make puri with refined flour and suji. It is going to be very crisper. We can have it also as an evening snack, and also during celebrations we can make laddus.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Bonnie. Today I'll be baking a very popular biscuit called as the Biscoff. Let's get to baking. To bake the Biscoff, let me introduce you to the ingredients. We have half a cup of powdered brown sugar, quarter cup of plain white sugar, which is again powdered. We have about half a cup, which is about 113 grams of softened butter. Here I have about half a teaspoon to about 3/4 teaspoon of mixed spices. I will show you how to make the mixed spices and what all goes into the mixed spices. And I also have about 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Besides this, our main key ingredient being the 1 cup plus 1/3 cup of whole wheat flour. Now this whole wheat flour, I have bought the whole grains and ground them in a mill. It is up to you whether you want to use plain flour, which is maida, or also store-bought whole wheat flour. Okay, so that was my spice mix. Now I'll show you how to go through making of the Biscoff recipe. In the first, I'm going to take the butter and I'm going to put the salted butter into our mixing bowl. And I'm going to beat the butter until fluffy. Into this, I'm going to add our powdered sugar. That was the brown sugar. This is the white sugar. And I'm going to beat this until light and fluffy. Okay, so our butter is well incorporated. I'm going to add the spice mix into the whole wheat flour and the 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm going to give it a light whisk so it's equally distributed. I'm going to tip in the whole thing at one go. Now I'm going to take the spatula and I'm going to fold it lightly. This cookie dough or this biscuit dough is not going to be pipeable. It will have to be cut and then baked. So the dough that I'm going to show you is going to come together like a thick dough. Do not be tempted to add any sort of liquid to this because that will alter the entire consistency of our cookie dough. Okay, that's how our dough looks like after I mixed it thoroughly with my hand. This is what we're looking at. This is the dough that we're looking at. Right now, since we're using a wheat flour, sometimes the wheat requires a certain amount of milk or maybe any kind of an extra liquid because the absorption level of certain grains are more and some are less. Now had I used maida, I wouldn't have had to use milk. Now to this particular flour I did add about 1 tablespoon of milk. I have never added a tablespoon of milk earlier to my Biscoff recipe, but as and when I was putting the dough together I realized that it was not coming to a dough like this. Perhaps it's to do with the quality of the wheat grain that I had purchased. So I had definitely put in 1 tablespoon of milk. You can even add butter to it, but I prefer adding milk because it's more lighter. If you add butter or ghee, the texture will be a little bit more. Now let's roll this dough between 2 sheets of plastic. What I've done is I've taken this plastic sheet. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up and take my dough. I'm going to put it in the center. I'm going to roll it into a 1/4 inch of thickness. Just make sure that your dough is in the center. Okay, so I have rolled out my dough. You can see the thickness, it's about 1/4 inch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into any desired shape, right? The traditional Biscoff cookies are actually made into a rectangular shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it. This is how our cookie is going to look like before it bakes, right? Now onto this, if you have any cookie imprints, you want to print anything on it like a homemade or even your name or even biscuit, you can go ahead and do it. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to place this into our baking tray. I have already greased the baking tray. The baking tray that you choose depends upon the size of your microwave oven. This baking tray fits perfectly into my microwave oven. Now I'm going to place the pre-cut cookie dough into my tray. Okay, so this is how the Biscoff dough that has been cut into a certain size looks like before I pop it into the oven. Before I began baking, I had preset my oven to 190 degrees for about 10 minutes, and now I'm going to pop it back into the oven on the convection mode for 190 minutes, and I will bake it for 15 minutes. So our Biscoff biscuits are finally baked and they have browned quite well, and I have just left them to cool down. I can assure you that you will love this taste. It's very gingery. It has a very festive flavor to it. For those whoever enjoys spices and ginger will definitely like this cookie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you again.
Varshini. Today we are going to prepare puri laddu. It is one of the different and unique recipe. Let's start with the preparation. The ingredients are cashew nut, baking soda, cardamom powder, salt, butter, suji, refined flour, sugar powder, ghee and water. I am going to add 1 cup of maida, half a cup of suji, 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 tablespoon of salt, around 2 tablespoons of butter, we are going to rub it until it comes to a breadcrumb consistency. Now it is almost to the consistency. We are going to add water to it. Our puri dough is ready. Now let us rest it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, our puri dough is soft. We can able to see that. Now we are going to roll it into puris. small ball so that it can be crispier. Now we are going to poke it. Our puris are ready to fry. We can able to see the thickness, not as thick as puri and not as light as chapati. Now we are going to fry it. I have poked it because it will be flat and crispy. I have kept oil for frying. Should be in a high flame throughout the process. Now I am going to drop the puri very gently. We got a good golden color. It won't consume much oil. We can able to see the crispiness. It's almost done. Our golden puris are ready. It should be crispier like this. Let it cool for some time and we are going to blend it. We have blended it coarse. Now we are going to add fried cashews, cardamom powder. We are going to add sugar to it. I have taken around half cup of sugar powder. According to your taste, you can increase or decrease the quantity. Puri itself has amount of oil, so we don't need to add any milk or water to it. Now comes an important step of making laddu. I have taken around 1/4 cup of ghee. Now we are going to heat it. After heating the ghee, we are going to add on it. Make sure when you are making laddu, the mixture should be warm. It is one of the fastest process. The mixture should be hot and warm throughout the process of making laddu. It will become hard within few minutes like our normal bundi laddu. Our delicious laddu is ready. Then what are we waiting for? Let's start plating. The delicious, unique recipe puri laddu is ready. This is one of my favorite recipe and soon to be your favorite. Please do a try and give your feedbacks. Thank you all.
Welcome back, viewers, to the show. It was truly amazing watching Boni and Anu on the show. I'm sure all of you will be trying them at home. The beautiful recipes from Boni ji, the Belgian biscuit. It's going to be really a treat for, I will say, because all the youngsters, particularly kids, will definitely going to love it. And of course, Anuji's puri laddu, which is something very unique for me and something very different for me. And as Anu always come out with something very different, both of them are very rare combination where Anuji is very matured with very stylish way of doing things, and fabulously she comes out with explanation and all that. Anu come out as she's a IHM student, so she comes out with very unique and interesting dishes. It is definitely going to be a treat to watch. Thank you very much for coming to the show, both Boniji and Anu, and please watch UDS Hotels and Purple Club's the Superwoman Super Chef Cookery Show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
for having us.
Welcome back to the Superwoman Super Chef Cookery Show by UDS Hotels and Purple Club. I'm sure you would have enjoyed. Boni ji has done the biscoff, fabulously beautiful baked biscoff, which is like cookies. And of course, our dear Anu from IHM City College, where she has come up with the puri laddu. Both were mind-blowing dish. So I'm sure that I'm going to dedicate this special recipe for them. I'm going to make a steamed egg with the fried, I will say, let it be very simple, that a steamed egg, fried egg. Like I'm going to steam it and then I'm going to fry it. So very simple recipe, very healthy too. Let's see how we make it. I'm using the egg here. So I'm going to steam the egg actually. You can take as much as you want. Maybe I am taking just 3 of them or maybe 4 of them to tell you that how we can make it very beautiful. Now I have this egg taken and now I'm adding up a little bit of chili powder on top of it so that it is going to get steamed just like how you make an idli. That's it. And I'm going to cover this up. It will be just like an idli. And now let's see that in between when it is getting cooking ready, I'm going to make some masalas. I'm taking a little bit of chili powder here. And I have a bit of jeera powder. And of course I'm taking a little bit of garam masala. And a little bit of salt for taste. And I'm adding a little bit of water and making a small paste, just like a sauce. And this is I'm going to apply on top of the so-called steamed egg. So very simple way of making, but as you know that it is a very healthy also, and you can see that it start already getting steamed. So how we make it? So in between when it is getting steamed, you can see that the way it is getting steamed, and I have already made my idlis ready, in the sense I will say idli, well, like I will say egg which has been already boiled. So when I'm going to boil this, and this is going to basically come like this. See how beautiful it has come out. It is, you can see it here, it is getting cooked here, and after cooking when I've taken this out, this comes, it looks like an idli, right? But then this is something very special because you can see that it has been beautifully, steamed, and that's very healthy too. So now let's see that how we apply the sauce on top. I'm going to apply the sauce on top of this steamed egg, which is going to be really spicy and maybe very tasty too. And same way the back side also you can apply. Both the side I'm going to apply this. Wow. And you cannot make this as it does not look like a actually egg, it looks like an idli only. Yeah. So both the side I have now made a beautiful mixture of that. Now my pan is hot, and I'm going to take a little bit of oil here. And I'm going to take my idlis, I will say that steamed egg for a bit of sauteing. Or I will say, you don't have to deep fry it, but because when you deep fry it, the texture goes out, so you have to be very careful about it. You can see how it is coming up. You can see it is already steamed. It has come out so beautifully, and that's really healthy, and especially for the kids when you're doing it, even for a starter, you can maybe give to the kids for the starter. It is going to be really good. It has been beautifully getting, because I think it's very amazing, because many of you would have not tried something like this, but then this is something very special, I will say, and very healthy too, because even for a cocktail snacks at home you can try, because as you know that the egg is very healthy, so this will definitely come out very beautifully for you. Meantime, let's see how it is coming up. It is almost ready, and you can see this. And you know, like, I will say that if you want to add a little bit of cheese onto it, it is going to be more beautiful. But I don't think so. You need it. And the egg is ready, and this is exclusively dedicated for the beautiful woman. And you can see that you cannot find out, or maybe you cannot make it out, and this is like an egg, you know, but it looks like an idli. So that's something very special. A steamed egg with a fried way of doing it, and that's very special. Please call back to us in 9620665566 or write back to me at ceo@udshotels.com. And this is a very special episode to motivate women from home to come for the cookery shows. Thank you very much.